Hi everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate, and I'm going to show everybody how to do a temporary shelter made out of a cardboard box for an outdoor cat. Now, with this kind of temporary, it is temporary, of course, and, well, hello, Fury. So, you going to get up on your, on the back? Okay, so Fury, so for your Fury fans, I'm not sure what's going on with him. He's been off today, and he's just not acting himself. And I was worried about him. He was under the bed this morning, which is not unusual for him. I mean, he does do that, but he just hasn't been his normal, bubbly self. Like, he's usually when I get up, like he's up and he's doing zoomies back and forth in the apartment because he's happy that I'm up, and he's in everything, and I'm not sure what's going on. He wasn't purring, which is not like him. I mean, I pet him and hug him, and he'll purr, and he wasn't purring. I did give him a delectable, and he ate that. And of course, we have snow. If you saw the other video of Jack, we have snow. We have snow that started this morning around, 9 o'clock or so. And it started out just really more like a light snow. And it wasn't laying at all. It was just melting. But then as the day went by, it started to get colder and colder. He's using the litter box. Let me go check and make sure that he's peeing and pooing okay. Okay, I didn't really, he was, I guess, already finished because he was scratching, covering things up, so I'm not sure if I wanted to see if he was straining or crying or anything when he went, and I didn't see anything, so now he's going back, I guess, to the bedroom. He's just off. He's just like, he's just not himself, but it could be a number of things, outside of being sick. It could just be the kittens stressing him out. I know they're stressing Rogue out. And then the weather, they feel the weather too, like we do. So we'll see. I did give him a delectable. He ate that. He's looking for more. So that's a good sign. He got up to use the litter box. That's a good sign. He could just be tired. I know, I just want to go to bed. I'd actually be in bed if it wasn't that I have to do this right now. So back to the box, okay? So it started snowing this morning. Started out just kind of like light flurry-ish kind of snow, not laying. Then it started to get heavier, and it got to colder, and now I have a sink full of dishes that that I had to let defrost. I went down, shoveled around the car, pulled the dishes out from underneath. I guess I'll have to go down there again. So it's a lot. We've already done like 2 or 3 times. I cleared the balcony off for the cats. And Lucy, Jack stayed in his box, but Lucy, I don't know where she went. And I'm like, okay, why don't you use your box, Lucy? And then I saw that her cardboard box, snow had gotten into, like, the box wasn't wet. It was, the snow had gotten in, and the straw had gotten wet. So she didn't obviously want to lay in wet straw. I don't blame her for that. And then the other one, I think the bigger one, the plastic one, is just too big to hold her body heat, and I don't think she's warm enough in there. So I'm not sure where she goes, but she obviously goes somewhere because she's done this before. So I'm just gonna make her a new box and throw that other one out. And I thought, since I'm doing that, I'll just show everyone how I do it and talk you through it. And I'll do a lot of like starts and stops in this video, because I'm not gonna run the video while I do the whole thing. You don't need to see that. I'll just show you how. So first of all, first thing you're going to need is you're going to need straw. Okay, you're going to need straw. You want to make sure in your boxes you have straw. Nothing else. Straw. Now, you could use a heated mat, or like I have the self-heating mats. You could use them on top of the straw. Well, I don't know about the heated one. I don't know. I don't have any experience with the heated ones. But with the non-electrical ones, I have used them on top of the straw, and the cats seem to stay extra warm with them on top of the straw, because the straw lets the air like move through so that it dries out. But you do have to keep an eye on anything fabric. If it gets wet, I mean, I know I went out, I had my fleece on when I went out to shovel the snow, and my back, I was, when I came in, I was cold. You know, my feet were cold, my back was cold because it was wet. It'll draw, when anything gets wet, it will draw the heat from your body. So you want to make sure that you have straw. Not hay, straw. And I got this at this I get at Chewy's. You can get big bales of it apparently at Tractor Supply. And the kitchen is just a wreck right now because we have another inspection next week. Yay! And that's now the city's coming in and doing their thing, which usually they come in and they just set off the smoke detectors and check a couple of outlets and then leave. So I'm hoping that's all they do, because I have to figure out where to put the kittens, and it's like wee. So yeah, that's happening next week. So I've been trying to get stuff done, and I got the notice after I got the kittens, of course. It's like, you couldn't have told me this. Well, I mean, I had no choice but to bring them in, because, I mean, they probably wouldn't be unalived, weeks ago if I hadn't brought, well, not weeks ago. I've only had them 2 weeks. Yeah, I think this is the second week, third week. Second week, because I brought them in the Saturday after New Year's, so this would be like the second week that I've had them. So, yay! I have to call my city council contact tomorrow and say, Elsbeth, can you like do something so that I don't get evicted? Okay, so what you're going to need. So for the box, the straw, you need the straw. You need a Sharpie. You need duct tape. You need a tape measure. And then, oh crap, I didn't get the other stuff here. Oh, I have it right here. Okay, so this is all stuff you have laying around, except maybe the straw. You may not have that laying around your house. But I guarantee you, most of this other stuff you have laying around. And we're going to put that there. A box. Just a cardboard box. You want to make sure that it is not oversized. You want to make sure that it's not too small. It's like Goldilocks and Three Bears, not too hard, not too soft, not too big, not too little. Shut up, Mark. Just right. Shut up, Mark. So this is about the size of the box that she has out there. So I'm going to go with this. This is a Petco. The other one out there was a CVS box. Chewy boxes are the best. If you can find a Chewy box that isn't extremely large or small, if you can find one like a decent, this kind of like a medium size, that would be perfect, because they're like heavy duty cardboard. Man, I mean, you could build a human house out of Chewy boxes, I think, and it would survive wind and rain and snow and everything. Okay, so we have the box. Then you probably have a lot of this stuff around too, but if you don't, start saving it. These are the padded envelopes. You get them. You get anything shipped, you can get these. And what we're going to do with these, we're going to put these on the box, like so. And we're gonna put these on the box like so, and we're gonna duct tape them. And what that's going to do is that's going to provide insulation for the box. So the box is going to be insulated. And then to make sure that the box stays even warmer and dry, what we're going to do, and this is what I'm going to use, you can use a contractor trash bag, or you could use you could just use 2 trash bags, like double it. I'm going to use this ginormous Walmart bag that I had paper towels came in. So I'm going to just use this. I'm going to cut this down and wrap it onto the box. So that's essentially the way that you make these boxes. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, and I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just pause and do it and then show you, because it's not rocket science, people. We're taping packing bags, insulated or padded packing bags, shipping bags onto a cardboard box. All right. We're not discovering atoms or anything like that. You know, we're not physicists here. It's not rocket science, trust me. It's really easy. And I actually got this off of YouTube, so you can probably even just go do a search on YouTube and find plenty of. I mean, the guy that I followed, he did a couple of different ones, and I can't remember. Like it was a really cool thing, because he showed, like, here, it's a temporary thing. Now these, of course, you're not going to put these, and I should also say this, because somebody might, not know better and attempt it. Obviously, these are not things you can sit on your yard out in the elements. They're not strong enough to withhold winds and rain and snow and all that other crap. This is what you use, like, in a situation like mine, where you're renting and you can't have the decent plastic bin houses. You put this, you have a cover, because I have a covered balcony, and for the most part, it's still, snow gets on it. It's still going to be exposed to the elements to some capacity, but it's not the same as if you have it sitting on the yard. The other thing that I do, and if you've looked at other videos, you see I have 2 water jugs shoved up against her cardboard box. The reason for that is they hold the box in place. The box is pushed up against the other box, the plastic, the hard plastic box, and that way the box doesn't go anywhere. So and it works really well. And it's also kind of like the theory of how an igloo works, because an igloo is ice, and you would think that would be cold inside, but actually it's warm in there because snow is insulating. So, put the water jugs, the frozen water jugs up against, and you get a little more insulation. So I'm going to start. Like I said, I'm going to pause and go back and forth, and we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I'm going to do draw a square on the box. And they suggest like 4x4. I always go like a little bit bigger, like maybe 6x6, just so I know the cat can get in. And since, I don't know, Fury's not, my helper isn't here, because usually he'll go into the box, and then I can, if he fits through okay, then I know it's good for Lucy. Otherwise, I'll make it a little bit bigger. But this is basically what we have. And I put it up you notice I put this up a little. I put it up a little bit so that there's space down here so that the straw can go in. You get a nice bed of straw. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my handy dandy utility knife, and I'm going to cut open that, open the opening. I'm trying to hurry because I want to get this out for her because it's really cold, and I also need to put some food out for them. I did try to feed her earlier and she wouldn't eat. Probably because Jack was there. You know, Jack ate. Well, he ate some of it, and then he left the rest of it to get covered with snow. But he did eat some. Of course, now he's looking for more, and I don't know if I'm even going to be able to feed the colony tonight because they aren't going to come out in this. There's just no way. And they're just going to have to get dry food because there's no way I can feed them wet food tonight. It's just going to freeze. I've already changed Lucy's water 2 or 3 times. I think 3, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a day. Okay, so I'm going to cut this opening. Okay, so this is, we got an opening. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, and you don't want it too big, okay? You don't want it too big. Trust me, cats can fit into, I mean, those of you who have cats know this, but those of you who don't, and you're just trying to help the local strays, cats can fit into very, very tight spaces. So that's fine. Lucy will be able to get in there. So next thing is I'm going to pack it with straw first because I'm going to be sealing up the top. Okay, so straw inside, and this is why we want to do this. We want some extra cardboard down here. You don't want to like put it too low. You want to have some height there so that the straw gets into doesn't come out every time. So this should be pretty good for her, and I can always put some more in. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tape it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it up, and then I'm going to put the padded bags around it. So the way that I do the top is, I tuck the flaps in. I'm sure people know how to do that. Because otherwise, if you just seal it like you would seal it, like you're actually packing it, like these two flaps underneath the 2 top flaps, then what ends up happening is, I don't know if you can see, but that those 2 bottom flaps eventually will come down and be in the cat's way. This way it stays up. And now what I'm going to do is duct tape it, because that's going to keep it, that's going to help keep the wind off of it. So we're going to duct tape next. Okay, so now we have that secured on the top. That will keep any wind or anything. Because obviously everything's going to be covered with the insulated, with the packing bags, and then the plastic's going to be on top of that. So next step is we're going to put the and my friend you can see him over here. If you can see my friend here. Let me see what we got here. Right. Taurus here instead of Fury. Everybody's all still in a tizzy over these kittens, and I don't understand it. I mean, I don't. Obviously, I'm not, I'm not a cat, but it's not like they have free run of the house or the apartment. And the one thing that I do recommend, though, too, with the packing thing, and this is what I'm doing right now, is I do take my address off, because eventually what you're going to do is throw these out, and I don't know, people are weird. So, I mean, I've seen people go through trash, and it's just like, why? There's nothing good in there. Okay. And this is just basically, I'm just going to show you this. I'm not going to, actually, I'm not going to tape. I'm not going to show me doing this to all four sides. I mean, again, it's not rocket science. It's simple. So all you're going to do is you're just going to simply tape the packing bag to each side. That's all you're going to do, is just tape a packing bag like this to each side, duct tape it on there. You just want that extra insulation and another barrier in case the plastic would tear, or the cats, because sometimes the cats will actually claw they'll jump on top of the boxes, they'll sit on the boxes, they'll claw the boxes, and if they open up some of that plastic and water gets through, then it's going to get wet and moldy. And this kind of at least will give a little extra barrier between the the outside and the inside. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you how to do the plastic, which again, you probably can figure that out on your own, because not rocket science, folks. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I think most people can figure out how to wrap a box with a plastic bag. It's kind of like, just pretend you're wrapping a Christmas gift and the plastic is wrapping paper. Easy. Okay, so I'm going to do this and then I'll be back. Okay, now I just decided I'm not putting anything on the front of the box, just because then I have to deal with cutting out the hole. And as I said, I want to get this out to her because it's cold, and I want her to have a warm place, a warm, dry place to get into, because the other two boxes, the straws, well, the cardboard one is like, really, she can't go in that one. The plastic one, she could go in it, but she'd have to stay off to the side because it's a little wet in the front. Snow got in, even though I tried to keep it out. So basically this is what it looks like. So that's all I did, is I just taped the padded shipping bags, or padded packing bags, whatever you prefer, to each side. I would do it to the front too, but again, I have to cut and I don't know if I have one. Maybe I will do that yet. But just now, so that you can see. The other thing that you can use, if you don't have padded shipping bags, if you don't hold on to them, you could also use newspapers. Newspapers would work. Paper bags. If you have paper bags and you're recycling, that would work. My friend Susan gave me some leftover insulation, like the foam, the square foam pieces. She gave me some of that. You can put that. Those boxes were banging. They loved those boxes. They were really warm. But you can just improvise. You can just look around your house, and I'm sure you'll find something that you can use to make them a temporary shelter. So this is what we have so far. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it. The one thing that the only thing that's a little tricky about when you wrap it is making sure that you have it up the right side. So you just have to be mindful of that when you wrap it with plastic, is to make sure that you have it upright, because I did it this way because the dog and the cat and the Petco, I did it purposely like that so I would know that this is to hold it this way. So when I wrap it, I'm just going to be really careful to make sure that I wrap it and don't turn it over. So that's the next step, and then we're almost done. Hi, Masu. So I do have kitty friends out here, but everybody's like, Aber wants to go outside. Tora wants to go outside. Rogue wants to go outside. I open the door. I'm like, be my guest. You know, if you want to go out to the frozen tundra, I'm not going to stop you, but I wouldn't advise it. And I really think that you're going to go out, maybe walk to the top of the stairs, turn around and come back and went in. My, just funny little aside, my neighbor here said that Rogue, who wanted to go out the other night when it was really cold, she said she smokes, so she comes out to smoke, and she said he was at the door like bounding it with his foot, and I thought, okay, because I noticed that there were little paw prints on the door, and I wondered if that was him, because when I called him, he wouldn't come. You know, I called him a couple of times and he wouldn't come. And then I finally ended up going out and walking around calling him, and he still didn't come because it was windy and it was cold and he was scared. And I'm like, this is why I don't let you out. He's fast. He's a door darter. He is really good, or a door dasher, whatever you want to call it. He is really good at that. I mean, he just teleports. You know, I see him, he's behind me, and the next thing is like, wait, he's on the porch now. So I always have to keep an eye on him. I mean, he's okay to go outside I don't mind him going outside when it's mild, but, you know, not this kind of stuff. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be absolutely brutal the next few days. So I want to get this box out to her. So I'm going to finish this, then I'll come back and we'll finish up. Okay, so it's done. It's now 9:30 at night. I think the snow stopped. And I have to go out and take care of Lucy and Tora. But I finished it. So here's what it looks like. Ta-da! Here is the completed box. And as you see, what I did around the opening is I duct taped to seal it all up so that there's no air gets in here. On the sides, don't be afraid to use duct tape. You know, duct tape that bitch. You know, make sure that that everything's sealed up. There's no gaps. No, everything. And basically, the way I wrap it is I just wrap it like I would wrap a package for Christmas. It's that simple. I used that whole bag. I did it in sections. Like I wrapped from top or from bottom over, and then I flipped it, and then I put the second piece on the bottom. And as you can see here, see the seam, the bottom? So this is the bottom. This is the bottom. And I sealed that all up. I taped that really good. And you can even put this on, you could sit this on like a skid or something like that to elevate it a little bit. If you're able to do that. I'm not on the balcony, but this will hold up. This will hold up for at least a season. Sometimes it holds up. They hold up for 2. I mean, I've had ones that I've had for 2 seasons. So they do hold up if you really make them heavy duty. It's got the other thing with using the shipping bags gives weight to it, so it's a little bit heavier than if you just use regular cardboard box. So you can feel it's a little bit heavier. But yep, this is Lucy's new abode. So I'm going to take this out, put that out there for her, get her some food. I just realized that I just gave the kittens and Rogue the rest of the chicken, so I have more cooked. I'm just going to have to cut it up for Lucy and then stand in the back room with the door hanging open so she can eat in the doorway because, again, Jack. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's the way you make a temporary box. I mean, if you're in my situation where you're renting and you can't do a really good box, like a nice plastic bin with an insulated cooler in, and have all the bells and whistles of heating pads and everything else. I mean, if you don't have that kind of luxury for that kind of a setup, this is good. I mean, even I know I've had a couple comments of people saying they let the cats in their garage. Well, you know what? I mean, you could even use these in a garage. You could use these in a garage if you just want to make one every season, make a couple every season. It's up to you. I mean, I think if you have a garage, if you have a place where you can put the boxes, I mean, and the nice thing about these is you just toss them, and everything's recyclable because it's a cardboard box. The packing stuff's recyclable. The straw is recyclable. I don't know the plastic is. I don't know if the Walmart, but you could get, theoretically, you could get trash bags that are recyclable. So this whole thing could be recyclable if that's important to you. It's important to me. So, I mean, it's up to you whether or not that's a priority. But straw could be composted in your garden if you have a garden. If not, you can still dispose of it, and it's going to, it's going to break down in the landfill. So that's it. That's it. That's the temporary box. I'm sorry it took so long for me to actually do this video, and I mean, I guess I could have done it. I could have just had the camera on the whole time while I did it and then sped it up, and, you could see me doing, I guess that would be amusing, but I don't think you need that. I think it's not rocket science. It really isn't. It's a freaking cardboard box with an opening cut in the front, straw stuffed in it, and wrapped with plastic. It's not rocket science. It's just not. And I don't feel like you need an hour instructional video on how to convert a cardboard box into a temporary cat house. So, or cat shelter. So there you go. I have to be careful because anything I say, Mark is going to be like, ha, 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 ha. Mark's our resident little 3-year-old. He's the grade school kid that, is still laughing about farts and, poop and everything else. So Mark, behave. So that's it, folks. I'm going to take this out, and I will update everybody on Fury, depending, how he goes. I actually have some antibiotics mixed up, so I may give him because he did sound a little raspy. He might have a respiratory infection from these kittens, because two of them had respiratory infections. Their eyes were closed, and I mean, and he was a colony kitten himself, so he more than likely is carrying the herpes virus, and that can, reactivate. That can flare. I know it's happened before. It happens with Abra. A lot of these colony cats do have herpes virus, and when they're under stress, it can flare up. So I'll just keep an eye on him, and we have to take care of our celebrity kitty. So, and so in the meantime, let's see if I can move over here. In the meantime, see him? In the meantime, Tora has been gracious enough to fill in. Right, Tora? Are you filling in for Fury? You don't do buoy rolls, though, do you, bud? He says, no, I don't do buoy rolls. I'm just the Tora tiger. I'm just a big sweet boy with bad feet. That's why I stay in so much, because I have pillow foot. Okay, I'm done. I got to go out here and take care of cats. What else is new? And then I got to take care of myself. I still have to make my dinner, and I didn't do that yet. So I've been eating popcorn all day. Yeah, I've been eating popcorn and rice cakes all day. That's been my meal. I know. That is not a good way to... I know. That is not very healthy, is it? It's not very healthy. No. Do you want to come out, Maleficent, and say hello to everyone? Do you? Do you? Okay. Can you fill in... No, just one. Not everybody. Come here, Maleficent. Come. Yeah, you. Yep, you. Yep, you. Come here, Sneaky Pie. Okay, so here's our little junior celebrity kitty. So she'll pinch hit for Fury. Won't you? You'll pinch hit for Fury? Yes, he's a little celebrity kitty. Look. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, you're cute. Oh, you're cute. Can you look at the camera? Look at the camera. Say, look how pretty. Look at her. Say, I know, but can you look at the camera here? I want to show everyone something. Look, her eyes are starting. See, her eyes are starting. I don't know if you can see, but her eyes are starting to turn a little bit. They're not as blue as they were. Because kittens' eyes, for those of you who don't know, kittens' eyes change color. They're blue when they're really little, and then they change to their adult color. Yeah. So I think they're going to be green. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, excuse you. Excuse you. He's a little celebrity kitty. Yeah. No, you're not going to come on my shoulder right now, because I don't want you to fall. I don't want you to fall. No, I don't want you to fall. And you're not going to run around. No. Oh, she'll start growling at me. She gets mad if I don't do as she. See, if I don't. Okay, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Oh, see, if I don't do her bidding. You're so cute, though. How can something so cute be so grumpy? Oh, she's gonna bite my finger. Look at her biting me. Look. The tail's flicking tail. Oh, you can see her little tail. Can you see her tail flicking? Look. Look at the tail. Okay, I get it. You're a PO'd kitty. I get it. Okay. All right, okay. Celebrity Kitty is now done. Sorry, everyone. The diva must go back into her crate now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye for... See? Bye. Well, don't bite me. Bye for... Meow.